everybody, it's Zero Gear Plus, and thanks to Maddie Stroud's comment on my previous update video, this video is going to be all about the side sword. Now, I'm going to be talking a little bit before some practical application of this thing. Now trust me, we will get there. Don't worry, we'll get there. But I want to talk about how side swords work in general as opposed to other different sword types, and the Tizona del Cid specifically, just for a couple minutes before we bust into the fun stuff. Because otherwise this would just be me flailing a sword around for, 10 or 20,000 minutes at a time. And we have enough people being dumb on the internet as it is. I myself am one of those people. So to complement the dumb things, we need a little bit of smart stuff every once in a while, every now and then. So this is just going to be one of those videos. I'm going to get to that in a second. But right now, just let me talk smart. The Tizona del Cid is one of two sister swords that were made in the early 1000 AD in Spain, both wielded, or at least rumored to be wielded, by Rodrigo Diaz, or El Cid. Now, the Tizona del Cid, the original, is, as far as I know, currently housed, to this day even, in El Museo de Burgos in Spain. Fun fact, the name Tizona, or Tizon, actually translates to burning stick or firebrand. Why that would be, I don't know, because I don't know that much history about the sword itself. I just know that it's super amazing, and that's the basic of the history knowledge that I have for the Tizona specifically. Now I'm going to back up a little bit because I'm actually going to draw the sword in a second. Now I want to talk about just kind of like how side swords work in general versus, other sword types like long sword, or like a rapier, or a rapier and gauche or something. I'm actually going to draw the sword now because it'll help me make my point a bit clearer. No, that was not a practical effect. I actually just did that. Now, I have a confession to make. It's a bit of a sin, actually, because what makes the side sword so special is the fact that it's oftentimes paired with a buckler in one's offhand, and I do not own a buckler, which is very disappointing. All I know is that when I saw this online and I said I wanted that, I bought it. And I would buy a buckler at a later point in time. I do not yet have that buckler. But I wanted to make this video so that I could talk about a sword that I truly enjoy. Now, the art of using a side sword in general isn't so much about just especially considering you have a buckler. A buckler is a type of hand shield. So people would be like, oh, you have a sword and shield. So slice and block, thrust, block. And, it doesn't work that way, actually. Sword and shield combo like this, the side sword and buckler, is more about withdrawing your blade and kind of pressuring or provoking your opponent to attack so that you can counter and then get a strike in. You want to provoke them into attacking first, like any martial art. If your opponent attacks first and you know how to deflect it, you win, because you can counter and then riposte all over them, and then you're the victor because they have lost. In a duel, if you can pressure your opponent with a feint, or some kind of, not feint, but a feign. If you can feign an attack to your opponent and they actually feel like they can get an attack in, if you look open, they will attempt to attack you, to strike you, to slash, jab, cut, do something to you. And that's when you have them, because you can counter. You can counter in any different direction you want because of how you hold the buckler. It is not a large shield that's strapped onto your arm and then you hold onto the shield for absorbing impact like Link would, or like a medieval knight, or even like a gladiator, a Roman gladiator or something. Or a Spartan. There's a great example. A huge shield that's strapped onto your arm so that you can take damage. A buckler is not that. A buckler you hold on to with a small grip that kind of folds around your hand so that you can bat things away, you can bat a blade away, you can push it, you can punch straight out and just kind of deflect those weights and just kind of maneuver around with your left hand. It's kind of like targeting. You want to It's like watch the birdie kind of style, so that when your opponent actually attacks, then you have your opening. Now, since I actually can't demonstrate any of that, I actually like the simple one-handed gentleman approach. I wield this sword. It's incredibly light. It's about 2.5 pounds. And it doesn't have, by some sword standards, a lot of range. It is about, I believe it's about a 30-something inch blade, about 32 inches it looks to be. I like to wield this thing like a dagger, not a dagger, like a saber style almost, because it is light enough. It is definitely a heavy blade. I mean, look at it. But it is light enough. It's not a huge broadsword, so I can maneuver it with some amount of, you know, grace and just kind of some nice sleight of hand. So that is my Tizona del Cid and the demonstration on the side sword in general. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video as much as I had making it. And if you guys would like to see any other sword demonstrations of anything I have, be sure to... I'm sorry. I was holding that in for as long as I could. Whole video ruined. Wow. Whew, I'm alright. Man, I don't know if I should leave that out or cut it out or leave it in. I don't know. I'm human. I cough. I don't know what it was. There was some kind of tone that made my voice just rumble. It's like, hey, stupid, you need to cough now. And I'm like, no, must hold out for a few more seconds so that I can do outro. Well, okay, video turned silly. And I'm sorry for that, or should I even apologize? I don't know. Whew, I need a drink, so I will see you guys later with a different sword or something. So I will see you guys just later. You can see it in my face. I'm like all crying and like teary-eyed and oh my god. See you guys later.